Everybody hates Charlotte. That's it. Not burying the lead on this one. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I am Comic Book Bob, joined as always by my good friend Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby.
Yeah. And you can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring you all what we think is the interesting stuff in wrestling. Apparently, everybody has hated Charlotte for years.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Oh my God. This is with so we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to play devil's advocate for her a little bit at least. But yeah, man, that whole thing was like, what the freaking hell?
I'm glad we have Maldacino's blessing to start.
Yes. Let's check out real quick as always before Courtney was here first. She said, "Awesome, I'm here." Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Yes, Courtney, very sorry to hear about your dad. Hopefully he's in good spirits, and yeah, we're pulling for you guys. Yeah, take care of yourself, take care of him, and just think positive going forward. But Maldacino, I'm here. You may start. Well, thank you for your permission. Johnny says, all you gotta do is look at Charlotte to know she's a bitch to everybody. Oh man, but yeah, dude, God dang, that out of something so mundane, this whole thing just exploded. And it feels like, you know, this feels like this is just the cap blowing off of something that, like a bottle of, like you shake a bottle of soda up, man. This feels like the cap busted off after just like a long time, like people just wanting to get this stuff out. But
this feels like somebody's been going poke,
yep,
poke.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just weird, man. But before we get into that, as always, guys, we like to do this thing we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. Frank went last week. I forgot to put the damn bad.
I went first last week.
Yes. God damn it! It still doesn't fit. Shit. Anyway. Frank went last week because he got back from Greece. So I'm gonna start this week. So for me personally, you guys know me, I am a big New Japan guy. My good for this week, Kazuchika Okada bringing back the version 4 world title belt, that iconic belt that everybody loves, that makes that new one look like a piece of shit, like something he pulled out of a friggin' toy box. He brought back that world title belt. Instead of getting a briefcase, he's using that to signify his win with the G1. This could be one of two things. One is good, one is bad. I'm hoping what this is that at Wrestle Kingdom, Kazuchika Okada is going to reclaim the World Heavyweight title, the World Championship, and he is going to replace the belt that nobody likes with the belt that everybody loves. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. The other thing that might happen is they might do kind of like what WWE does. Is like, we've got two belts, and I freaking hate that shit. The brand split, I think, is one of the worst things that WWE ever did. I get why they did it. I still think it sucks, but I'm holding out that that's what Okada is doing for this. The bad. A lot of injuries and illnesses in the last couple of weeks, man. A lot of injuries and illnesses. Kota Ibushi, if you guys have been following G1, he was injured in the finale. He is a severe shoulder injury. He's going to be out for 2 months. Lance Archer damn near killed himself trying to and trying to basically land it on his head. And he's still being a little vague about the injury, but he did walk out in his own power. So hopefully it's not too terribly bad. Jim Ross just announced that he has skin cancer, which is really unfortunate, especially for someone at his age. Really hoping that he comes back through that, fights through that. And I was just telling Frank, Jimmy Rave, who was a Ring of Honor guy. Yeah, that's exactly what he did, dude. Lance did a friggin' Brock. The only difference is that he under-rotated. That's the way he described it. But yeah, Lance did a Brock. But scary stuff. But Jimmy Rave, he's an indie star. Unfortunately, some very severe health problems. He had his arm amputated last year, and then just recently he had both his legs amputated, which is just terrible and unfortunate. But yeah, a lot of injuries, man. We hope you'll have speedy recovery to everybody. Hope everybody gets better and gets well. The ugly, just fallout between Charlotte and Becky, man. Like I said, it was just like the floodgates just came open. And all this stuff, like over the last 2 years, have been like, it's like, wow, really? But we're going to get more into that, obviously, as well. But that's my good, my bad, my ugly this week. Real quick, before you do yours, Mountcito blessed us. He blessed us with his permission, and he blessed us with his opinion. The good, Andrade versus Pac-2. Yeah, it was really good, man. The bad, what WWE turned Halloween Havoc into. Oh, my God. I don't even want to talk about Halloween Havoc. The ugly, my first match in 4 years happened. Wow, dude. Awesome. You're going to have to, you know what? Towards the end, once we get through most of the stuff of the show, man, we'll have to drop the link for you so you come in. You can tell us about it. That's dope, man. Sweet. I don't even know what to say about that. That's awesome as hell, man. She probably went Seth Rollins too. Well, we're going to get into all that, but all right, Frank, what's your good, bad, and ugly this week?
Is that your phone going off over there?
Yes.
Put on vibrate. Hey, it's the best, dude, in the world.
The weird notification thing. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So my good was actually it's been a while. Well, else I could probably say this. The Crown Jewel, I didn't really watch much of it, but the Lesnar versus Reigns match was pretty good.
Lesnar versus Reigns match was good. There was there was another match. The tag match was good.
There's some good matches on there. I could care less about the
King of the Ring and
Queen and King thing. You know, went from King Xavier to now King Woods.
I do think it was. I do think some of the stuff he said was funny. Because it's clear that he's going to be approaching this with a comedic slant to it. You know, the way it should have been, the way it should be. If you're not going to put real stakes on that on the title of King of the Ring, then doing some kind of funny gimmick thing is probably the best thing for it, and it works well with Xavier Woods.
The bad would be, and you said it, the bad is this whole thing with Charlotte. I mean, I think it's been a long time coming. I think part of it might have been with her and Nia Jax last month.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And then it's just been boiling, and then the way she disrespected Becky Lynch on SmackDown, that was just a tipping point. And then not talking to Vince and going to AEW to go see her Poppy wrestle.
That was actually proven to be false.
She didn't go to AEW?
No, someone there was a lot of reports saying that happened. But it came back and it turned out that they confirmed that actually didn't happen. So her friends were telling her to go, but she didn't. So,
and tonight, Halloween Havoc, and we have freaking Chucky. Halloween
Christ.
Havoc tonight. Chucky. Oh, same Chucky that was on WCW many years ago.
Yep.
It's freaking Chucky. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep. I don't care anymore, dude. It's to the point now where I just want it all to go away. It's so dumb. Hey, Hicks Villain, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping in here. Happy birthday. Is it Wheeler Yuta's birthday too? I knew it was CM Punk's birthday, so happy birthday to the best in the world.
Yeah, see, that's why I got his shirt on, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get sued copyright. Chucky going after Braun Breaker. That would be pretty sweet, yeah.
Oh, and another ugly. And you mentioned it the other day. I did not see the match. I know you did, but the Impact World Championship.
Oh, so freaking pissed, dude. Oh my god. Man, so Bound for Glory. Yeah, we're going to talk about Bound for Glory a little bit. But yeah, Josh Alexander defeated Christian Cage in a really good match. Close to 20 minutes long. Really good match. Josh Alexander, I'm a big fan of his, man. I love his stuff in New Japan Strong. I loved him when he was part of the North. And his stock has really gone up and everything. And then he finally gets the big win, finally gets the title. And Moose basically won their version of Money in the Bank the night, like earlier in the night. And he cashes it in. He beats him with one move. Moose is the new one. It's kind of up there because I do like Moose, but I like Josh Alexander way more. And I just feel like, why couldn't you just let him have the moment? Why couldn't let him? Because obviously this is to set up a program between him and Moose. And eventually Josh will get the belt. But I'm like, what the freaking hell, man? That was the only real bad thing on Bound for Glory. That really pissed me off. So
yeah,
but
I mean, you have his wife and Josh Alexander's wife.
They were still in the ring when he
into the
lost.
ring to celebrate his victory. And
I'm like, oh my god, this is so dumb. But so Courtney says, did that mean Chucky is evil son of Dexter Lumis? When they're gonna dress up two little people dressed as Chucky and Lily and have a match? Oh my god, dude! I was actually watching a video today, and it was about the greatest kickouts in wrestling, and one of them was. Do you remember? Oh god, what's the name of the dude? I can't remember his name now, but there was a little person wrestler who was getting his head shaved in WWE. Like they were holding him, like he was like trying to get away, and they're holding, and they're shaving his head, and he basically kicked out. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
No, could have been
said I like to make Moose into a big dude. He was already a big asshole.
could have been Little Beaver, Little Tokyo. Who knows?
Yeah. Hanging out with Danhausen and Evil Uno.
Yeah, if they got Hornswoggle dressed up as Chucky, maybe they can get somebody.
Oh God. Yeah, give him a job. He needs it. Of course, smart marks who don't talk about Impact will talk about them at least for a week. Well, see, here's the thing. I get why. I'll be completely honest with you, man. The reason why I didn't like it is because I'm a big Josh Alexander fan, and I'm like, he finally yes, he finally got it. He finally got his moment, and they took it from him. And I'm like, you guys suck.
Yeah, I agree with Johnny Cage. Hornswoggle versus El Torito. There you go.
Oh my god. Dude, oh my god. Now I didn't realize who El Torito was until I thought about it for a second. I was like, oh my god, yeah, with the El Matadors. Jeez, that was awful. But Nick Villain said he liked it, made Moose a big a-hole. I get it. No, like I said, I understand why they did it. This is obviously to set up a program between Josh Alexander and Moose. Moose is obviously a lot bigger than Josh. So it's David versus Goliath. It's classic booking. I just thought, man, wait till the next night. It's like, come on. But I'll be watching a lot more of Impact. I watch Impact I usually watch the pay-per-views and I'll watch it off and on. But I'll be watching more of it now that Murder Grandpa is going to be over there, and he's going to have a match with Josh.
Aren't they?
Dang.
Isn't there? Talked about that their collaboration has ended with Impact and AEW.
It's ended. The original agreement has come to fruition at this time, but very likely that they'll just continue to be working with each other. That's the thing with Impact, though. When I can't remember who it was talking on Busted Open, but he was like, this whole thing with the Forbidden Door and all stuff. Like I said, Impact has never had a forbidden door. The door's always been open with Impact. So Impact's open to work with anybody. They always have been. They always will be. That's kind of one of the things that made them really cool. So it won't be the last time. Obviously, the Good Brothers, they're signed to Impact, but they do have, the ability to work with other companies. I don't know if that includes AEW, but considering how entrenched they are over there with Kenny and his little faction, I can't imagine that they're going to be like, well, you can't be on there. You can't go over there anymore. So yeah. I can't imagine that that's going to happen. But yeah, so that's our good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, and like I said, dude, there's a lot of stuff to get into. Let's go ahead and start off with the Charlotte stuff. So, as everybody knows, at this point, there was a bit of a to-do. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Yeah, but you know what? The way she lost, Courtney, I was okay with that. I was cool with that. She lost to a legend. She lost to Mickie James. Yep. And we know that's not the last time Deanna's going to touch that belt. So that's all good. But you good?
Britt Baker wants a match with Purrazzo.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's why they took the belt off of her so that they could free it up so that she could challenge Britt. Dude, if you're gonna, obviously we know that we know who Britt's going to lose that belt to. It's either going to be Ruby Soho or it's going to be Thunder Rosa. It's got to be one of those two. That's the end of the discussion. But if you wanted to throw your hat in for a third person, that could be a possibility. But that would require them to set something up. I wouldn't mind if Deonna Purrazzo took the friggin' the AEW title. Deonna Purrazzo's friggin' awesome.
Come on, you know Britt's not losing it to anybody except for Charlotte.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so Charlotte. All right, so the segment was dumb to begin with. Thunder Rosa, bye. I'm not a big fan of this whole just handing the belts over thing. I think it's stupid. I know they know we think it's stupid because the last time they did it, they got lambasted for it. It's like, don't have a match or nothing. Don't try to build a storyline out of this or nothing. I mean, but so this time they tried to kind of sort of build a little bit of a storyline about it. Unfortunately, it's a shame that the Forbidden Door doesn't include the women. It does with AEW. AEW's been sending their women back and forth. I mean, it's just honestly, Impact's Knockouts division is in a little bit better shape than AEW's women's division, so they don't really need any shoring up there right now. They've got really good talent. Although, I mean, if we're talking dream matches, man, there's a lot of them over there. Jordynne Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, man. I mean, shit. There's a lot of good stuff that could come out of that. I'd love to see them in AEW taking on Thunder Rosa and Britt and Sheeta.
Hey, back to Charlotte. Stay on topic.
Right, yeah. Do y'all think Becky Two Belts chance got to Charlotte, or did she plan to be trouble beforehand? She planned to be trouble beforehand. That's the story that's coming out. Anyway, it's a dumb segment. They apparently were going to try to do something with it. Charlotte didn't like the plan in the back during the discussion. They were talking about the whole Becky Two Belts thing. That's what it really came down to. Is that what was supposed to happen is that Becky was supposed to grab her belt, grab Charlotte's belt, and she would have both of them at the moment. And then the Becky Two Belts thing, because she's like just a callback to the Becky Two Belts thing. And then what's her name was supposed to tell her you have to give the belt back.
Sonya.
Back. Yeah, Sonya. Sonya was supposed to give the belt back, and then she would have to hand it back to Charlotte. Okay, that was what was supposed to happen. Charlotte didn't like it because she said she felt, in her opinion, Becky doing that made Charlotte look weak. I don't know how you get that from that. Forcing Becky to basically hand it back to you, that to me makes Becky look like the one who's being weak, who's not really anybody's being weak in this whole thing. But that to me is more like, would be more of an embarrassment than be like, hey, I just grabbed this out of your hand. It's like, here, I'm forcing you, like it's like your mother's telling you, you give that back now. That makes Charlotte look more on the weekend than Becky look more on the weekend than Charlotte does. So what happened? So instead of going along with the script, what was supposed to happen, Charlotte, when Becky tried to grab the belt, she threw the belt on the floor. And immediately that pissed off Becky, because that's like, we talked about this and everything. This is basically Charlotte being petulant. So then she was forced to, so now it was Charlotte who was being forced to pick it up and hand back. So then Becky did, and then Becky threw her belt in Charlotte's face because she was obviously perturbed.
Yeah.
And so then Sonya's basically being everybody's mom in the middle of this whole thing.
Sonya wasn't happy with it either.
She wasn't. In fact, Sonya was more angry about it than Becky was. So they went to the back afterwards. Becky and Charlotte are in a shouting match in Gorilla. Vince and his crew are standing there. They're just kind of waiting for everything to die down before they really interject. And then, so they didn't come to blows, but it did get very heated as far as discussion was concerned. She called Charlotte, an entitled baby, all kinds of other stuff.
Charlotte,
which she is. After that, Sonya Deville and Charlotte got into a shouting match as well. Basically, Charlotte made everybody look bad in this thing. And it got even worse when Charlotte, instead of staying there and because Vince wanted to talk to her, she basically just stormed out of Gorilla and left. So that's going to piss Vince off right there. So Vince isn't happy about it. So it's a mess. Then there was the whole thing where the people said that she left to go to watch Andrade at AEW, which turned out to not be true. But then just the floodgates. What's happened after this is the floodgates have just opened up, and every single woman on that roster has basically come forward and said, we don't want to work with her. We don't like being around her. The writers have said they don't like writing with her. They don't want to talk to her. Basically, every single person behind the scenes at WWE has said they don't want to work with Charlotte. Nobody wants to work with Charlotte. Nobody wants to be in the ring with her. They're done with her shit. So that's kind of where it all came down to, where it stands right now. A lot of people are saying that her friends are trying to tell her to get out of her contract so she can go to AEW. That's never going to happen. She's got at least 2 years left on that contract. You also have to remember that she took that sabbatical, and which was like 9 months.
I don't know if it was that long, but
it was a long time, dude. It was like
it
was at least 6-7 months. I thought it was longer than that.
But McMahon's not going to let her out of her contract. He'll pull a Shawn Michaels and have him sit at home and pay him to sit at home, or pay her to sit at home.
Yeah, she's his golden goose. She is his Cena of the women's division. But she's the measuring stick that he measures everybody else against.
As you and I said before, she has nothing left to prove in WWE. She's done it all.
Yeah.
She's won NXT, Raw, SmackDown. She's done everything. She's been women's tag team champion. She's done it all.
Yeah, I think she was the NXT champion 3 times.
I think so.
I think so, because there was a big to-do about the fact that they were taking that out of her list of title runs. She's been Raw Women's Champion multiple times. She's been the SmackDown Women's Champion multiple times. She's been the Tag Champion. I think Tag Champion multiple times. About the only belt she hasn't held.
I think she'll have been it once. One time with Asuka. One time with Asuka, I think.
Yeah, I may be wrong with that, but I think the only title she hasn't won is the NXT Women's Tag Team, and that's like because it only
that just started. That just started
right
this year.
But yeah, she really has. She's won she's won the Women's Royal Rumble multiple times, back-to-back years. As a matter of fact, she's headlined WrestleMania multiple times. She really has nothing left to do in WWE when it comes right down to it. So,
the only thing she's got left to do is pull a China and win the Intercontinental title.
That's about it. The only thing that they could do with her is put a men's belt on her, and we know that Vince has pretty much said that he's never going to do that again after what happened with China. So, but real quick, let's see what the chat's saying. Why is Sasha involved? Sasha was the mediator of the entire thing.
No, why Sonya, not Sasha.
Oh, Sonya, yeah, Sonya. Yeah, Sonya was the mediator of the whole thing. So, and that's the thing. Like Becky, Charlotte embarrassed everybody that was out there. It was like, it's unprofessional crap. Yeah, Survivor Series is gonna go so smoothly. Yeah, if this is any indication, man, it's like holy crap. This was shit booking and never should have happened. Both look bad. It absolutely did. And that's the thing. Everybody said that this stupid belt exchange thing is dumb. Just have a match or something like that and just go with that. Do something. Be creative with it. This is just garbage. This is just filler. Let's see here. Courtney, should I reveal when I call Carmella now? And then she announced her name. Yeah.
Go ahead, Courtney.
Yeah, you go ahead and you can just go ahead and say it. But Sasha, go save this. Yeah. We don't want her in AEW. Yeah, I think AEW would take her in a heartbeat if they could, because let's face it, she's amazing in the ring. But if she's got that kind of attitude in the back like that, that's the other thing too, though, that kind of thing will not fly at AEW. So if she were to go to AEW, I think they would kind of sit her down and be like, listen, here's the way shit's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, we don't do this diva shit in the back. No, that's not
Homella.
Homella. She would be trouble for Tony would be I disagree. Tony would be trouble for her. Because Tony would be like, listen, I'm in charge. This is my baby. I'm not Vince. You don't fit. You're not the ultimate in my eyes. You don't fit. You're great. You're awesome in the ring, but you're here to be a talent. You're here to work with everybody. You're not here to lord over people. So I disagree. I think Tony would be tough for her. I get though that WWE let her man and her man and father go. Yeah, that's the only caveat to this thing that I would say is the last 2 years for her have been rough. Really bad. They booked the way WWE booked her, the way her being inserted into every single show on every single program. That wasn't her. That was the WWE. She wanted. Don't get me wrong. She wanted to be the world champion. She wants to be at the top. But this thing where she just kept getting shoved down everybody's throats over and over and over again, and then over on NXT, and they buried Rhea Ripley with her, and it's like that wasn't her. That was Vince. That was Vince trying to shore up AEW and shore up NXT in their battle against AEW because he thought that she would pop the ratings for them. And she's just doing basically what they told her. Now, the argument can be made, what do you do with what you're given? You know what I mean? That's where I think it falls on her. It's on her to try to turn chicken shit into chicken salad. You know what I mean? So that's kind of on her because when Moxley was talking on Jericho about like whatever you give me, I'm going to turn it into the best I possibly can. Whether or not Charlotte was doing that is a different story.
No,
When
but when
yeah.
when you hand feed her everybody that Charlotte beats everybody and their brother, and everybody's
Yeah.
beneath her, what do you expect?
Yeah, and they was it they touched on this on Busted Open. They touched on it on Wrestling Observer, and even Cornette touched on a little bit. Like this year, she had that terrible storyline with her dad knocking up Lacey Evans. That bullshit that happened with her missing Mania. Her dad and her husband getting fired. Her being booked awfully, like just absolutely terribly. Yeah, I mean, I get her being upset. I get her being a little, a little petulant and whatnot. But this, from what we're hearing from behind the scenes, man, this is not what's happening. It's not her being upset and trying to get them to, book her better or whatnot. This is just Charlotte being a bitch. This is her being an entitled child, her acting like an entitled child. Bring up the fact that she's Ric Flair's dad and that she's Vince's favorite. Now we do need to take a lot of this stuff with a grain of salt because, people get jealous and she has had a lot of success.
Hey, Yule's here.
Hey, Yule. Husband asked for release and it was granted. Don't forget he was making through. Yeah, dude, he was being taken well care of. But I think he asked for his release earlier, didn't get it, and then they gave it to him later.
Yep.
So we need to make sure we put the facts out there the way they are. But good to see you, man. Not even husband at the time. Yeah.
Sorry about your Dodgers there, Yule.
She should sit at home and cry, especially with and that's before Vince lets her out of her contract. That's what he'll do. He'll just sit her. He's not gonna let her go somewhere else. Especially with the women's decimated. The women's division is in shambles right now, man.
Yeah, she supposedly copyrighted Ashley Flair or trademarked Ashley Flair, so nobody else can use it.
Again, all of this can just be posturing. That's what it comes down to. You know what I mean? She doesn't like the way she's been booked. She could be posturing like this to try to get a better deal, to put herself back on top.
Better deal. She's already highest paid women in divisions.
I'm talking about as far as her book. I'm talking as far as her booking is, everything is concerned. And Zelina Vega took her queen title. Man, oh my God, I'm gonna talk about that coronation shit. And like I said, with Xavier Woods, it was fine, man. But with Zelina Vega, she suddenly starts talking with an English accent. I'm like, this is cheesy, man. And then that match she had with Doudrop, I'm like, God damn, can we bury Doudrop any further? Can we push her any further down?
If Charlotte really wanted to, she'd just go and try to be a Rock and go to Hollywood and see if that pans out.
I don't. She's
done a couple TV shows like guest stars.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think Charlotte's that kind of talent. I think when it comes to women's wrestling, she's a big fish in a little pond. But you throw her into Hollywood, and it's a whole different ballgame, man. I could be wrong. I mean, I just don't see it. But Homella, hook it up with Gordon Bush. Yule Card said, according, I hope all is well. Yep, we all do, man.
Homella just got engaged. Just finally got engaged to what's his name?
Yeah, Corey Graves. But she's going nowhere. Doesn't really like wrestling. Yeah, you don't think Charlotte likes wrestling? I think Charlotte likes wrestling. I just don't think she likes her position in it today.
I know she wasn't big into it when she was younger. She really didn't care about it because she was doing her other stuff, her fitness stuff.
Yeah. Maybe the way they did her dad is finally getting to her. I don't know. It's possible. I think it's the perfect storm of a lot of things. I think it's the fact that she's been booked terribly. I think it's the fact that the fans have largely rejected her as a face in any way, shape, or form. I just don't think she's a natural face. She does it for her dead brother. Charlotte was doing it for Reed. I think in the beginning she was doing it for Reed. I don't think that's why she's doing it now. I do think you're right though. I do think that she is not going to be a lifer in wrestling like her dad was. She's not like she's. How old is she now, man? I think she's in her mid-30s, right?
I don't know. Check it out. But yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, who knows what Reed would have turned into had he lived? But you know, obviously, he'd have been a lot better than David ever was in WCW, and Charlotte might not be where she's at now because if Reed would be the next Flair, Charlotte wouldn't have had any interest really in doing what she's doing now.
I don't know, man. I think
because, like you said, she wasn't big. She wasn't into wrestling when she was younger. She was into her fitness stuff and doing that. And then when Reed passed away, everything changed.
Yeah, but the fitness thing didn't really pan out.
Yeah, but she did, like you said, she did it for her brother. When Reed passed away, she wanted to carry on the legacy of the Flair name. She wouldn't have, I don't think she would have done it if he was still alive.
Yeah. Maxwell Hardy is better than David Flair was. Yeah, dude. But Charlotte leaves WWE. That the women's fed will pay a bunch to do the. Oh God, yeah, dude. And that's the whole thing. Like, all right, look. Whether you like Tessa Blanchard or you don't, she's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world today. Charlotte is also one of the best women's wrestlers in the world today.
Well, she's 35. She's 35.
Yes, yeah, I found that she's 35. Everyone and their mother would pay money to see Charlotte versus Tessa. Now, whether or not that's ever going to happen, who knows? You know, that's a lot of baggage to carry, and that's going to be a lot of money that has to be paid out. So, I don't know, man. Like, I think the whole situation with Charlotte is it's the perfect storm. She's not happy where she is as far as her career is concerned. Yeah. Yeah. Who's going to sell for who? Yeah, that's going to be fun. I honestly think, given the way she's acted, and given the way the backstage has been for the last couple of years, given the way that everything has been unfolding the last few months, and then definitely in the last few days, I think Yule's right. I think she's done with WWE. I don't think she wants to be there anymore. She may not even want to be wrestling anymore at this point. Because, like I said, what the hell else has she got to do?
Well, she's 35. If she wants to have kids, if she wants to have kids, I think once her contract's up, she might be done.
Yeah. That would be, and that kind of thing. Like if she signed something that said, I'm not going to another Fed for at least X number of years. I just want to go home and start a family. That's the way she gets out of her contract. If she says, I want to go home and I want to go and start a family, start a business, whatever, start a brand, then I think WWE would let her out of her contract. But it would come with heavy stipulations that she can't go to another company or anything like that for at least X number of years.
Well, he could always sign her to a Legends contract too if he wanted to.
How about AEW? How AEW has dropped the ball with Kiera Hogan? Yeah, it's like they picked her up. They picked up Kiera Hogan because she was doing really well in Impact as part of Fire and Flava. Was it Flame and Flavor? Shit, I can't even remember the damn name of the tag team she was in. But yeah, they were like the Knockouts Women's Tag Team champions for a while there. And then they brought her over, and she just kind of disappeared into dark. So it was like, what the freaking hell? And why do the pickup? But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And dude, and this incident with Charlotte, that lends a whole new light, I feel, to the incident she just had with Nia Jax, because that tells me that there was more going on there. Yeah, she was tag champs. She was hired to lose to Jade. Jeez. But yeah, like that. I think this incident with Charlotte, I think it sheds new light on the situation with Nia Jax. Now, I will be the first person to criticize Nia Jax all day long. She works way too damn stiff. I feel like in the ring, she's incredibly unsafe. You can just look at the list of bodies she's left. But during that match, and even before this incident happened, during that match, man, I'm watching it going, man, Flair is being a bitch. You know, it's like, now obviously Nia screwed up on that Samoan drop and basically dropped Charlotte on her head. But then Charlotte got up and she retaliated, which is like, okay, that's cool. You know what? You tit for tat. There you go. But then Charlotte just kept jawing at her through the whole match. And finally, you could tell when Nia was like, okay, now I'm done. Because instead of being in a wrestling stance, Nia just stood up and just popped her with a forearm, man. She's like, bitch, if you want this shit to be real, you know who's going to win. Don't F with a Samoan, okay? This is your one and only wake-up call, Blondie. And she and immediately, you could tell Charlotte's attitude her attitude was adjusted completely. So yes, yeah, I think, yeah, I agree with you, man. Flair has too much ego.
Definitely.
I'm so sick of that bitch Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I don't like Cargill. Come on.
I think Cargill is a great heel. I worry that they are going to put a belt on her way too soon. I think she's gonna win the TBS women's title, and I'm not okay with that because in the ring she's a hot mess. Okay, she knows like 3 moves. She looks like she is where Moose. Actually, I didn't even want to compare to that because Moose was better in the ring than she was. But she's kind of the way Moose was a couple of years ago. Amazing package, awesome on the stick, great look, really awesome. But then step in the ring, suspect as hell. That's where Jade is right now. Jade is greener than goose shit. Okay, she needs at least a couple of years.
She's greener than Jade, greener than Britt Baker was.
Oh, she's way greener. She's way greener than Britt Baker was.
You'll mess with Nia, mess with The Rock. McMahon, WWE needs to get over The Rock.
Yeah.
Stone Cold, Goldberg, The Undertaker. They need to move on from these guys and stop using them as crutches for things like Crown Jewel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's enough is enough, man. You need to build stars.
Because eventually you're going to have one of these guys, Goldberg or somebody, in that ring, and somebody's going to get hurt.
Career ending. Yeah, maybe even like something that's going to affect their quality of life really bad. And I'm not cool with that. But the hose belt, damn, dude. Come on, man. Jade's not.
The hose belt.
Not a bad person. Lashley is 40. Yeah, dude. Freaking Lashley. 2 of your top stars right now, Lashley and Edge. Sheamus is in his 40s too. Yeah, Sheamus is 41. Lashley's 45. Edge is what, 43?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's
Goldberg's in his 50s. Come on.
TBS looked like the belt. I was hoping the belt was gonna grow on me. But every time I see it, I'm just like, oh man, those letters just look awful, and the color is just the color.
The TBS or the TBS or TNT?
The TBS. The TNT belt, at least they went through a couple of variations of it. With like the Miro's version of the TNT belt looked awesome. No, yeah, I get what you're saying, dude. I get what you're saying. It looks bad. The belt just does. The belt looks bad. It just looks bad. And hopefully they'll fix it. If they had taken, what they need to do is they need to make the TNT logo about that big and put it at the top. You know what I mean, of the belt, and just let and then TBS Women's Champion or whatever. Dude,
They just call it. They just change it to the TV title or some kind of other name.
Title. Yeah, Women's US title. Something. Edge's 47. Edge's 47. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. But Courtney said, "No, I don't like Jade, and all my girl red belt carried her ass." Yeah, that's every match Jade's in. Jade's not carrying a match for anybody. Jade can't carry a match for herself. She needs somebody in her to make her look good. So, yeah, but I get the really bad feeling that they're going to put that belt on her, and it is going to be bad, and it's going to be a train wreck. Because she's not ready. She's not ready at all. She should, honestly, at the level that she is in the ring, she shouldn't even be on TV. In my personal opinion, she should be on dark at best. But yeah, Edge killed it. Yeah, dude, that cage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. So a lot of the matches and stuff at Crown Jewel, a lot of the wrestling is good in WWE. It's just everything else sucks. It's the writing is stupid. It's just the pushes don't make any sense. Ruby got fixed that belt once she gets it. Ruby, that belt's going on one of two people. It's either going on Ruby or it's going on Jade. I'm hoping it's going on Ruby, because I don't think Thunder Rosa is going to get it. I think Thunder Rosa is going to take the title off of Britt. So, Gravity doesn't carry Red Velvet either. Doesn't carry what? Gravity doesn't carry Red Velvet either, though. Either lol. I don't understand the context of that. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's weird. Like finishing up with the whole Flair thing. If she is done, then great. She's had an amazing career. If she's not, you need to friggin' adjust your attitude, because that ain't gonna fly in. Definitely not gonna fly in another company. So, and obviously, apparently, it's not flying at WWE anymore. But all right, so Bound for Glory. I wanted to talk about Bound for Glory for a little bit because we don't talk about Impact a lot, and this was probably the best Impact show I've watched in a long time. They had this weird the Impact Digital Media Championship. So I'm wondering if this is going to be something where they're going to start doing matches on their YouTube channel that involve this belt. Rosa is turning heel. Okay. I don't care. I still think she's taking the belt off of I don't think Rosa's turning heel. I think Serena Deeb is turning heel. But and even if she does turn heel, I still think she's taking the belt off Britt, because they'll turn Britt face, because everybody cheers for her anyway.
Yep.
But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But Bound for Glory, they had it was, if you're gonna do an intergender match, this is probably the best way to do it. Is for some kind of a title that kind of makes sense like that. The Impact Digital Media Championship. I have no idea what they're going to do with this belt. I don't know if it's going to be something that plays on their YouTube channel or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But Jordan Grace defeated Chelsea Green, Crazy Steve, Fall Bow, Madison Rain, and Caleb with a K. She is the first Impact Digital Media champion. I think it's a great idea, because I think Jordan Grace is a great figure for Impact. I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers out there right now. And if you're not going to put the women's title on her, give her something else.
Yep. So
this was cool. One of the matches I had a problem with, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't the worst thing about it, but the Inspiration, formerly known as the Iconics, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay, defeating Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary to become on their debut, to become the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Champions. I mean, I understand going with the hot hand and all that stuff like that, but yeah, they haven't wrestled in like 4 months, and to be honest,
Well,
they weren't the best in the ring anyway.
well, they couldn't wrestle for a little while.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, you think it was a good idea for them to win the titles on their debut?
Not really, but it's not the first time it's happened when somebody's come in. It's not going to be the last time when somebody comes in.
No, and I understand, because they're really hot right now. There's a lot of buzz around them and everything, and you try to put some heat on those Impact Knockouts tag titles. But I'm just like, man, that was awful fast. But next match was the other good match. Moose winning in the Moose won the call your shot gauntlet match. That's how he basically it's their Money in the Bank. Was it Trey Miguel versus El Phantasmo and Steve McMillan was pretty good. Fairly short. All the other matches were fairly short. Man, how long is Heath and Rhino going to milk this I Got Kids thing? That was like 5 years ago. He's still doing it. They won because of their music video. Yeah.
It gets them over.
Yul said, funny how the one iconic wanted to break up. Now she's back teaming with the funny one. No, dude, they didn't want to break up. WWE forced them to break up. Gresham. Yep. Yeah, Gresham's great, man. But then the Good Brothers defeated Finjuice for the tag belts. That was a pretty good. And Bullet Club, Chris Bay and Hikuleo. There was some good big man stuff going on between Hikuleo and Doc Gallows. That was pretty cool. But probably the two big matches of the night, obviously, Mickie James defeating Deonna Purrazzo. That was a really good match, dude. Mickie looked really good, like really, really good. But yeah, I was shocked. I didn't think she was going to beat. I didn't think she was going to win. So that makes me wonder what's going on with Purrazzo. Is Purrazzo going to show up on some of the shows, or what the deal is? But obviously, with Mickie James winning, that strengthens the relationship between NWA and Impact. That's just cruel, man. That's just cruel. Makes probably right. But that was great. And then the world championship match, Josh Alexander versus Christian, was fantastic. What were you saying?
Till the end.
Well, and like Hicksville was talking about earlier, man, I get why they did it. I just don't like it. I just think, why can't you let Josh Alexander, you want to put him in a program with Moose? I get it. Put him in a program with Moose. Have Moose come out, beat him down, and then or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was rushed. I felt like it was a rush. He could have used that to really, he could use that contract to really kind of milk that out a little bit, build a program, and really, build it into something. Josh Alexander, like a big, this. I think the whole reason why they did this is so that he could go into a program with Moose. Moose can be the champion for a little bit, and then Josh will beat him and he'll take the belt from him. They're pulling a Daniel Bryan is what they're doing.
Well, you're right, Moose. You're right. Moose couldn't beat Omega. Omega can't lose.
Moose couldn't beat Omega. Can I say boo? You can say whatever you want, man. I'm just not. It doesn't have to agree with it. But yeah, Bound for Glory was a good show. There were a couple of weak matches on there, but I think it was overall it was one of the best Bound for Glories I've seen in a long time. And the Josh Alexander Christian Cage match was awesome. He won by submission. That was what was dope about it, man. And I'm big on Josh Alexander, and I want him to do more stuff, but yeah, unfortunately. But that's about everything I've got. Pac Andrade 2 was Rampage was awesome. Pac Andrade 2 was great. Impact never got the heat back from AEW. Yeah, And I think that's part of the reason why they're kind of pulling away from the relationship right now. They're kind of trying to retool. But we'll see. I'm hoping that we still get those matches though. Omega's going to get his ass handed by Hangman Page. Oh, Hangman. Yeah, we know Hangman's taking that belt. Hangman, he has to. He has to. At this point, it's 2 years in the making. He's got to take that belt. But
right now, you got what? You got for AEW, you got Bryan Danielson versus Lance Archer or Eddie Kingston. I mean, in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
And then who's Orange Cassidy going up against? Did that match get? It was either going to be it's supposed to be Moxley or 10, right?
Yeah.
And that match hasn't happened yet, so I'm sure it's going to be Moxley.
Yeah, so
Moxley versus Cassidy and Danielson versus Kingston, which will probably end up being Danielson versus Moxley.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Or they could put Moxley versus Kingston.
No, I think Eddie's going to lose to. I think he's going to lose to Brian. Because, like I said, it's not it. This thing, Eddie wasn't brought into the company to be a champion. He was brought in to be a mouthpiece. He's a fun guy. He's an awesome dude, and I love what they do with him. But yeah, that's why he was brought in. So, but it'll be interesting, man. We're gonna get Punk versus Bobby Fish. That's gonna be good.
Yep,
that'll be wicked. Yep, and Mickey James won the Impact. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. The Briscoes won the GCW tag team titles, and then they made an illusion. Don't play with my heart like this. They made an allusion to possibly being in World Tag League, which starts in about 2 weeks. So, yeah, I don't play with my heart like that.
It should be interesting. Very interesting to see who's going to be in that.
World Tag League?
Yeah, the World Tag League. Because you have the AAA champion, FTR, could be in there.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, man, if New Japan wants to revitalize their company right now, and they are kind of in a transitional state, you have FTR, the Briscoes, and the Von Erich show up for World Tag League, along with God and Finjuice. Holy shit. Yes. Yeah, sign me up. I don't care how late in the morning it is. I'll watch every single friggin' episode of that. and that goes on for a month. So, yes, I would friggin' lose my crap, man. If Page loses, he should go to WWE, cut his hair, and become Bearcat's manager. Dude, you know the thing about the Bearcat thing? I understand why they're doing the Bearcat thing. Trying to remember the Bearcat Wright. Bearcat Wright was the first guy that had that name. I understand the legacy behind the name. That's not why they put that on Keith Lee. They put that on Keith Lee because they didn't know what else to do with him. They're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And they pitched that to him. They pitched that to him as a way to like appeal to like, hey, we're cool, we're down with we're progressive and everything. Like, no, you guys put that on him because you're like, hey, there's this old gimmick that this guy had. Let's throw it on him. And I look at that going, you had something really special in Keith Lee. The way he got over with the crowd, the whole Limitless gimmick and everything, the way he was even at his age, that he could still do moves like that as big as he is. I mean, you guys had something really you could have done something amazing with, and you squandered it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's I still think the COVID has a little bit of an edge on him. I think COVID opened him up to some stuff, but that story about him and Mia Yim was awesome, man. That's some love right there.
They ruined Dijakovic with that stupid gimmick they put him in.
Yeah, but have you seen Eddie Kingston on Ali Vlog? Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him on a couple of things. I saw the one where he crushed her cookies. Yeah, but
they're already ruining Tony Storm, Tegan Knox, and Shotzi.
Yeah. But Yeah, but you know what? There's some great stuff coming up. Tony Nese just got signed to AEW. Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask won the junior IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. We're going to start seeing a lot more New Japan guys running around here, guys.
You got Buddy Murphy on Impact.
Yep, Buddy Murphy showing up on Impact. Suzuki and Archer were going to team against. Well, so at the moment they're still listed, so apparently Archer's injury isn't as bad as we thought. But Suzuki and Archer versus Team Filthy, Tom Lawler and Royce Isaacs on New Japan Strong.
Well, did Suzuki wrestle Nick Gage the other day?
Yep. Suzuki wrestled Nick Gage. Jay White versus Tomohiro Ishii at the next New Japan Strong US show, Battle in the Valley. That's going to be dope.
Oh, and I know you mentioned it to me the other day. Who's that Japanese guy we were talking about the other day that's coming back to the US since 2019?
Well, Okada's coming back. Okay, yeah. So, dude, think about this. Okada's going to be, he's doing a tour of the US. You know he's going to show up in AEW. He has to. Okada versus Omega.
And then the other guy you're talking about that's back to
Katsuyori. Yes. The triumphant return of Katsuyori Shibata. Dude, that was the best. Like, I love the G1. It's one of my favorite things. Him coming out and not just having a match, dude. He could have come out and he could have wrestled one of the Young Lions or something like that. No, this dude comes out and he has a banger match with Zack Sabre Jr. Katsuyori Shibata versus Zack Sabre Jr. Holy shit, dude. It was so awesome. Dude, I was literally like I couldn't cheer because it was like 3 a.m. I would wake everybody in the house. I was like, yes! Shibata's back. But I'm like, now in my mind, I'm going Katsuyori Shibata versus Brian Danielson. Katsuyori Shibata versus Kenny Omega. Katsuyori Shibata versus Okada, man. I'm jock rocking all this stuff in my head, man. And the one match we have to get is Shibata versus Kenta. Oh my God, that's another match that's been on the shelf for like 2 years. But yeah, we're already running over here, guys. So yeah, it was a weird week of wrestling. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Okada's going to be at Battle in the Valley. So yeah, dude, can you imagine if Kenny is talking shit and he's like, I want obviously it's going to have to be after Full Gear. And he loses the belt and he's like, I don't care. Nobody can beat me. I'm the best there is. And then Rainmaker starts and out comes Kazuchika Okada. Holy shit. Oh my God. I can't. It's such a cool time to be a wrestling fan, man. But anyway, guys, that's our show for today. Thanks for being here. Courtney Yule, thanks for showing up, brother. Appreciate it. It's always fun, man. Hicks Villain, Johnny Cage,
Maldacito
disappeared for a little bit. What the hell?
He did. Yeah, we could start, but then he left.
Yeah, he might be driving, so we're not gonna give him too much crap. Hope you get
don't
home safe, man.
Don't want him to cut off a truck like he did last week.
Yeah. Courtney, take care of yourself. Take care of your dad. Keep us up and yep. Yeah, exactly. Be safe. Be positive. We see you guys next week. Bye.
Happy birthday.